Rousseau, the Forge Right is crazy vulnerable right now, FYI.
Yep, I got a plan. So I'm gonna drop Dragon Form on this square right here.
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move here. And then with the aura still in place, he'd still take the penetrating damage. Then I'm going to expend 2 of my chakra points, so that'll leave me 4 left. And I'm going to double stack Frost Vulnerability on him.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my Choker of Breath and basically breathe ice onto all the lava, freezing him.
Yes, you will be able to do that. So all that lava is now ice.
Yep.
Yes.
Which
So
I have
he's
to
what?
roll.
Twice.
It's just straight damage. Like I don't even gotta roll.
So
for
he's like,
hit back.
if he's vulnerable again, and then vulnerable 2 more times, he's like quintuple vulnerable.
Yes.
Yup.
Correct.
And it's 2d6 plus my communication, and I've got
Times
a communication of 7.
Yep.
And then he also will heal me, and then he would take extra penetrating on top of this.
Okay.
9
45
quantified.
only.
45 total?
Yep.
Everything?
45 total.
And then we quadruple that, right?
Yeah, and then I'm asking if I
Wait.
can also use the
that
chi
was...
crystal because it's in my possession to get the bonus damage or what
Yeah.
So the 9 is the thing that goes times 5, right? Because
Oh, the 9 goes times 5.
Yep.
Okay.
we first
so that's
add the
45.
chi crystal, then it goes times 5.
Yes, correct. Yes, then it goes.
So
Actually, I
what's
can't use the chi crystal. That has to be attached to a weapon.
Your choker? Your choker?
Would my choker count as a weapon? You tell me realistically, Hark.
Realistically, it's meant to go to a physical, like, hammer weapon, yeah. So I would say
So
no.
then it's
Yeah,
just
then-
45 cold damage.
45 cold
And then
damage,
he
that's
also
good.
takes an extra 1d6 penetrating.
Is that quintupled, or that would just
I
be?
feel like it'd be
Yes.
doubled because he's vulnerable right now.
It would be doubled, yes.
Tell me, Hark, can I use my last doubling just to like make that a 6 double for
If
everything?
you want to.
Yeah, let's just
you
go
want
ahead
to.
and knock out this side area.
That's
So instead of
54.
45, it's 54. So another 9 for
Gotcha.
that. And
Another
then
9
it's
to that.
another 3 on top of that. So
And another 3 on top of that. Okay.
another 12 on top of the 45.
And I will end my action by attaching the chi crystal to the hammer.
Cool. Corin is going to move up, and he is going to get to this side of the Magisterial, and again will attempt to do another backstab. Ah! He's gonna hit. Oh yeah, stunt.
Ooh.
He will deal
How much stun points?
6 stun points.
You can lethal blow, so that's an extra 2d6.
Yep. So he does 27 points of damage.
27 times. Wait, so it's times 2, and then another plus, so 20. That is 81 damage.
81. Really? Because
Well, if it's doubled, and then another on top of that, so that's times 3. So 27 times 3.
but he. Oh, you're right, because he was vulnerable. Yeah. So 80. Good lord.
81, but his
Yep.
armor, unless something else happens, his armor would resist it.
Right. His armor, but it doesn't resist a lot.
Right.
So that's still gonna be a lot of damage. Yeah, he's hurting. He's definitely bloodied from that. Violetta will say, I haven't cast this spell in quite a while. So now that she has the voodoo doll with the hair of the Fortrite in it, she will pass her hand over it. The voodoo doll starts to convulse and shake a bit, and the Forgerite kind of copies what the voodoo doll is doing as he's convulsing, and right before your very eyes, his head shrinks. His head shrinks down, dealing a lot of penetrating damage. So this is going to be doubled, I think.
Is it the same? Is it the physical doubling? So then it would be times
Yeah.
3.
It will be times 3, so it's going to be times
So
3.
it's triple, whatever. I have the calculator.
20 times 3 is
60.
60 damage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Forgerite went from a juggernaut to a little kitty, a little kitten. He does not look great at all. Cool. I think Corin will tell to Rousseau, your lady friend over there scares me.
Good.
Pasha, you're up. I think the augur is having a crisis, Pasha.
Yeah, does it seem like she's not focusing on her ability to block every attack that I make?
Not at all. Not at all. Something came over her, so not at all.
Pasha's... Okay. I'm a hyperspeed. Thank you.
Can you hyperspeed, though?
Oh, yeah. So, what she's going to do, she wants to try and push the augur into the ocean, because they're on a dock.
Sure. Sure. You can do that.
And would that be a might?
Yeah.
Yes.
In that case, I'm going to use my gloves to add a +10 to that, because I want to really push this lady. Strength might.
Do you shield bash her in?
That's a 23. 25.
Okay. She doesn't have... Yeah, no. So she will not be able to resist that. So you throw her into the water.
Shield bash her in?
What she's going to say, you should have trusted the infinite shot, and then she's going to lightning the water.
Chain lightning?
Yes. I don't know if I want to go chain lightning, because I don't know how much it works yet. And I don't want Pasha to pick up an abomination, so...
That is fair.
1d6 plus magic penetrating damage, so...
Any resistance, or does it just happen?
Resistance is constant stamina, I believe.
Yeah.
And
she doesn't have much of that.
What's going to be the water effect here, Hark?
It'll take double damage.
Double
damage.
Okay.
She got to 13. That's not going to be enough.
Yep, spell power 17.
Against your spell power. So she'll take double whatever you roll.
Oh, fuck. So that
2.
is plus my magic, so that is... She takes 12 damage.
That's still 12. Yep. She takes 12 damage. When that happens, Leon, when that happens, 3 of the mirror copies disappear. Douche. 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 3 of them disappear.
I'm good. I'm electrocuting and drowning a lady. I'm happy.
Leon, before you go, because I forgot to throw her in earlier, Rosie appears. And she actually is going to use her biotics to basically at least bunch up these two together, side by side. And she said, "Sorry I'm late, Leon."
Haha, better late than never. He gives her a smile.
Yep, and you can go and do whatever you want, Leon.
I'm gonna take the 2 out of 3 chance, the 66% chance, and I'm going to, I'll just fireball him. Yeah, fireball those 2.
Can fireball hit all of them if you angle it right?
Ooh, that's a great question.
That's a good question.
Because I think it should be able to. If you center it.
Yeah, I can get him.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get all 3.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
100% chance.
Yeah.
I rolled a 17 on the save.
They do not say. Oh, it's a crit.
Oh my! Look at those triple 6s. Look at all those.
What the fuck is happening this session?
This is amazing.
Nice.
You're demigods, man. You're demigods.
And since I took the primal power, what is it? It gives me. I can do a mighty spell for less.
And you get an extra stun point, so you have 7 total.
Yes.
Double
sorry.
fireball.
Yes. So I want a mighty spell. So that's 4 stunt points, right? 4.
No, it's only 2, so it's 1 then.
Nice.
And then a double cast would be 4.
2d6, and I'll also fireball again.
And then you can do that again if you spend the chakra, if you can fireball 3 times.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll fireball him 3 times. Yeah.
Nice.
Go for it.
I don't. Ooh, that's a crit
no.
fail. What is this? Okay, so I crit failed the last fireball.
Real quick, if you can.
Oh yeah, I can.
If you have enough chakra to reduce that.
Yeah.
you might be able to do so.
I've
if you
not
have-
had reduction.
It's
rule.
1 point to reduce the TN by 1. So if you
Oh.
have
So that becomes 15. So I just need to reduce it by 2, and I do have the chakra points for that because of
Cool.
the stunts generated from earlier.
oh, it succeeds. The crit fail
So it
succeeds.
succeeds.
So can I get 2 more acrobatics against DC 20?
He's probably
And
gonna
on
fail.
that third one, you can mighty spell
Yep.
again.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, well, so first of all, let me do the raw damage, which is 3d6 times 3, so that's 9d6.
And did you include the extra 2d6 from the 2 different mighty spells?
So that's another 4, so that is 13
13.
d6. Oh no.
Good gravy. Go ahead.
That's
Oh my god.
41
Is that
plus,
including your-
Still alive.
Oh, wait, plus...
plus 21, so that is
Yeah, so 62.
62. No, 63.
60,
Okay. 63.
63 fire damage.
So that was an additional.
That's just total. 63,
Yeah.
that's from all 3.
That's total is 63.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Keep going. He's still alive.
And I'll scream, "Why won't you die?" As he just takes like what, 5 fireballs to the face. He's
3.
taking more.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
taking
something like
some
that. Yep.
Fireballs. Okay. Yeah.
I just had this image of Mustang and FMA just going, die!
The madman, for the first time, actually does not look crazy confident, but he shuffles again, and he comes out of the grease fire, and he is attempting to. He is going to attempt to bloodslave Rosie.
Plus 5.
Oh no. Rosie, no.
Oh, I rolled really low, even with the +5. So on Rosie's turn, she will probably do stuff that is not great, but we'll see what happens. Darren, she is going to. Oh, and I guess. Oh, sorry. I need to have some sort of penalty for what happened here. So since you crit and just completely destroyed the Forge Right, I'm just gonna say that the spider that was attacking Nathan just implodes and dies. It just goes boom. Daertham will rush over and start to wail, like do a dual attack, blade attack on the Viper. She will be able to slice, and probably just literally split the Viper in half, dealing 20 points of damage. Looking not so great. Tyrion, you're up.
Alrighty, so he is dead. So he's pretty much dead, but he's gonna respawn somewhere else.
Mhm.
So the best thing to do right now is just to clear off any of the dark spawns, so he doesn't jump on any of them. So I'm gonna move over here, and I'm gonna attack the Viper.
Go ahead.
Actually, I wasn't gonna. Actually, I'm not gonna move. I'm actually going to instead, quick reflexes, put the short sword back, draw out the throwing knife, and harlot Viper.
Nice.
25 to hit.
That will
Yep.
hit. Damage?
Yep. 15. This armor is penetrated. Sorry, half armor. So
You kill the Viper. It is dead.
okay, one down. All right,
Speed of Vipers?
leave one alive.
Nathan.
Oh, yeah. Tyrion shouted out, leave one alive.
Yeah, leave one alive, or like, if something happens, shoot it.
All right, then Nathan will just hold his action and aim both of his ready his action and aim at both of the scorpions. Daertham. Oh man, what do you do?
Well, to continue off from where we last left, I'd actually say that the image that was a still is now in motion as he's just full on filtering this through everyone. And he will reach out with one claw, and I think he reaches out, and the back of the chair maybe has like some mural or something, like with a central something or other, some pattern, and he just reaches out, and his longest claw just touches, like one finger
Nice.
just touches the throne.
I don't know if anyone had seen the Snyder cut of the Justice League, but like during this whole sequence, I'm sort of thinking the Flash with Daertham as he's just touching the throne. As soon as you touch the seat of the Maker, the throne of the Maker, a big, large, golden flash of light just spreads on all directions. So in the image on the map, everything that you see in the throne room is actually black. But
Right.
as soon as you touch it, everything just turns into color, and virtually the trim is golden, the castle, the palace itself turns golden, the entire city turns gold. And Daertham, something within you just changes you, and you can feel this power. First of all, the taint is just no more. You are no longer tainted.
Do I retain the half and half appearance though?
If you want, you can, as a god, you can look the way you want.
Okay.
You can look however you want to
Got
look.
it.
But you are no longer, quote unquote, a darkspawn anymore.
All
You are
right.
no longer a darkspawn, quote unquote. I mean, you're a god.
I will replace my race from Awakened Darkspawn to God.
There you go. I think that's okay. And so because you have cleared the taint from yourself, you've also removed the taint and just completely destroyed the taint within the confines of the Golden City itself, which means the
Okay.
appraiser cannot jump anymore. The appraiser is gone.
And I actually think what happens as the golden light touches, it emanates, and then the appraiser like goes for a second, and then I think there's just an image of like Tyrion, as you say, don't do anything, and you see the appraiser, a ghostly figure reaching out towards the what's left, the scorpion.
Scorpion.
From actually right in front of the appraiser, a golden-hued figure just reaches out and clutches his throat, as you actually see this spectral image of Daertham there, as he just grins, still in his half and half kind of appearance, and he just
Nice.
clenches his fist.
Tyrion says, well, you didn't get rid of your feathers, that's for sure.
Leon, the madman, the mirror images disappear, and because the taint is basically no more, he is severely weakened. What do you do to him? He is severely weakened. What do you do to him?
Oh man. I look at Rosie and then I walk up. Yeah, I guess I gotta kill him.
Put him out of his misery, I guess.
Yeah.
Give us a cinematic, Sam.
Oh, and Rosie's no longer like blood slaved.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
nice.
No longer blood slaved.
He's gonna take the staff, the blood magic staff, and you know how it has like the sickle blade. He's going to say, "Well, here goes," and he's gonna like baseball bat his head, but it's gonna slice it off.
Nice. Pasha. Same thing with the augur. She just can't believe one in an infinite chance that you would succeed. She can't believe it, so she's just like in some sort of a bizarre state, and is completely helpless. What do you do?
I'm just gonna drown her. It's fine.
Alright.
Just hold her head underwater. Just there we go. I can drop
So,
the magic. I will just drown you in heaven. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just he just kind of twitches and eventually the twitching stops, and there's like all these bubbles forming. And then last but not least, Rousseau, this mighty juggernaut of a man, is a poor, defenseless, pitiful creature before you. What do you do?
Well, guess he couldn't keep up. And then Russo's gonna heave the hammer. Your sentence is death, and then just kind of bash it straight down onto his neck.
Nice. Very nice. And as you do that, the rest of the city turns golden. All of the barriers that were keeping you within your separate arenas have dispersed. And Daertham, I'm going to start with you. What happens to you when all of this stuff? You can sense that the Siderials are dead. You can sense that all Siderials are dead, and you pretty much. The thing is, as one of the gods of the Golden City, you have this ability. You feel like you have this ability to manipulate the appearance and the structure and the overall design of the city in any way you see fit. This is your personal. You know how the Guardians have the breach. Mm-hmm. You've got the Golden City of the Maker. That is your hideout now, and you can design it however you want.
Well, the first thing I'm going to immediately do is, as I get this information, close my eyes and write around Lusican and Razakale in separate. Just the floor, the golden metal of the floor will turn up, and there will be a extremely like net tight weave of golden metal cage that wraps up around each of them.
Sure, you can do that. Are you going to go out to see them when you do this?
I just do that instantly, but then I'm going to just I'm not even sitting down, I'm just slumping, my hands still touching the throne and just taking an exhausted sigh. I'm going to start walking back, but right now I'm just taking it.
That means for the rest of the party, if you want to roleplay with the NPCs that you're with, you're welcome to. Otherwise, if you want to gather at the palace, you may gather at the palace. So it's up to you how you want to do this.
I'd say I'd notice Corin on the ground breathing in pain from what happened.
I can't feel it, Rousseau. I can't feel the taint anymore.
Looks like it was expunged from you.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, you didn't have a death clock like the other wardens anymore.
That's true, but I technically do have a death clock.
Not one that would happen anyway.
Fair enough. Well, it looks like the battle is won, although I thought I saw 2 large dragon things in the distance.
Should probably go see what that is.
Violetta approaches you and she says, so the stories of the Golden City were true after all. Huh, who would have thought?
Do you gotta say the color that Daertham turned this place is pretty tacky?
Yeah, that's true. He might need to hire a interior designer or city designer or something. Shall we then? As she nods towards the palace.
Absolutely.
Pasha, Valor will swoop in, and we'll get on. We'll squawk at you, and she will also nod towards the palace.
Pasha's just fashionably late, Valor.
She looks very sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. She was easy to drown. Come on.
She was easy to drown. Okay, you'll get on and you'll fly to the palace. Rosie, I guess she's just gonna, clean off her hands, and she says, "Well, we did it. We were able to defeat the Darkspawn, and you didn't go all Dark Leon to do it."
But I still have time, right?
That's true, but I didn't necessarily want to look at it that way.
Well, sort of takes her hand. Huh. I guess a graveyard is pretty romantic.
Especially a golden one. I think if I ever entered the stone, maybe having a golden tomb would be nice.
Oh man, but that's a lot of just wasted wealth.
As they're kind of mentioning Dark Leon, they start to move off. Leon, I don't know if I can do this, but I would do this. So you're kind of remembering stuff, and then you go through and you're like, okay, I got my spells, the mass killing curse, what was that spell? I have erased all memory of the Avada Kedavra from the Golden City, including from myself and from anyone else who can cast it.
Okay. You can do that.
I don't know about the mass killing curse, but I've erased Avada Kedavra from
All right, you can do
memory.
that. You can do that.
Because fuck that shit.
Huh. And so you probably erased the memories associated with it, so I don't realize that I've forgotten it. Or do
Yes,
you...
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
you don't realize you've forgotten it, right?
Okay.
I would remember that, like, well, I would let you remember, like, the fact that a spell was given to you and, like, the feeling you had experiencing it. So, like, you remember, fuck, there was an awful spell, and then you'll be like, but I've forgotten how to do it.
There was an awful spell. I've forgotten that one, but I haven't forgotten this other one.
Yeah, basically. So you can
Oh.
gather, like, what it was from there, but, like, just so you know, impossible because you don't know the killing curse anymore.
Yeah. No, I get you.
If that's cool with Hark.
I think that's
That-
fine.
I feel like that's
okay.
something Daertham would do.
I think that's okay. And then last but not least, Tyrion, I think that Nathan is going to hobble towards you. He looks poisoned. He looks sick.
Alright, let me take care of that.
I could use a doctor, Tyrion.
I'll take care of that. But as I'm doing that, I look at is the scorpion dead? Or is he like still sort of squirming?
The scorpion is dead because of the taint has been obliterated.
Alright, let me take care of that. He pulls out like some medical stuff and he's gonna start like removing the poison and trying to cure him up, and he says, he looks at Darren, well, we survived.
Yeah, that was actually easier than I thought it would be.
Well, he did try to mind control me, and I did command him to kill himself. That was interesting.
So, what now?
Now we have to gather up. We'll see what's gonna happen now. All the seems all the dark spawns are dead, and sidereals aren't around anymore. Peace, at least here in the Golden City.
Wow. This place looks great. Maybe
Yeah.
Daertham and I are going to have to turn this into a second vacation home?
For all of us. Hopefully.
You guys will reach over to the Golden Palace. And Daertham, I'm assuming by this point you will have emerged. And you will see that the old gods are in cages now. And they don't seem to be struggling. They don't seem to be fighting. Quite the contrary. As soon as they see you, the old gods actually will actually kneel down as dragons and bow down towards you. And Lusakan will say, "We yield. You reached the throne of the Maker first. We are your servants."
Well then. Too bad. I release you.
"You release us," Razakael says. "Why?
I don't deal in slavery.
What about the rest of you?" And I'm going to say at this point, the rest of the group will arrive. Saris will actually appear, and she will say, "You did it, brother, you did it! Everything is golden again. What once was black is golden again."
Bit tacky. Change the color a bit, but yeah.
"How about the rest of you? You all earn the right to touch the throne too, if you want to. You don't have to, though." And so, if it matters, I don't know if anyone's going to start get into immediate conversation. I had created a handout of the different options that you all have. Ascension. If you choose to do full godhood, you effectively become a level 30 character. Level 30 character. We can talk about the logistics of that, which probably won't be really necessary until the crossover
Yeah.
of the Athenaeum campaign. You may select your domains. Nothing overtly powerful, but hopefully something meaningful, interesting, or fun.
I can just say mine right now.
Sure.
Empathy, redemption, and disease.
I think that's okay.
And Daertham's name would be Daertham the Redeemed.
I like that. Daertham the Redeemed. You gain additional powers and influence based on your domains, and we can talk about that off camera. Again, more for the purposes of the final session as well. You keep your Dragon Chakra avatar powers. You have a mortal form. While you are in Thetis, you may choose to walk amongst the people unseen or make yourself visible. And you can also essentially make yourself look like almost whatever you want in this mortal form. You will most likely gain a group of worshippers, most likely. As a god, the people of Thetis will have the highest expectations of you, and you will never live a normal life. You may move freely to and from the Golden City, and you may bring anyone you wish with you. So, party at the Golden City, it's up to you. The Golden City is your own special paradise by your design, and, well, in collaboration with any other gods that also have control over the Golden City like Daertham does. Any offspring you create will become demigods. You can remain as you are now and do nothing, which makes you remain a demigod. You will remain a level 20 character. You keep all your Dragon Chakra avatar powers. Your level of responsibility in Thetis will be more in line with that of the Pentavive Guardians. Any offspring you make may be demigods or full mortal. Lastly, you may ask Daertham to rid you of your demigod powers and revert you back to a normal mortal. You'll lose all your Dragon Chakra avatar powers. You will revert down to a level 15 character. You will have the most normal of lives, not having nearly the level of responsibility expectations as the heroes before you. Your offspring will be mortal, and your Dragon Chakra avatar powers will manifest back into a jeweled dragonfly and seek a new host. That host will have the potential to ascend to godhood one day themselves. Hopefully, that host ends up not being a bad one. Hopefully.
And as the rest would come up, they'd see Daertham. I think being a god of disease, even though he's not tainted, I think he's still, because it was a tainted one who did that, he is the patron of disease and healing from disease and such like that. So he's actually kept his natural form, like without changing anything, is going to be his like half and half form. Because I don't think he'd fully revert back. I think he's progressed to this point. But you would all see him smile. Hey.
How does it feel?
Very, very weird. It's like I can feel the entire... Is that... It's been 15 seconds. How is someone praying to me already? Oh, that's going to get annoying.
Darren's going to rush up to you, and she says, "Am I allowed to touch you? Is that like..."
Yes. No, it's okay.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to get, smited or anything if I touch your flesh, right? Because that would be bad.
That would be bad, yes.
Ooh. You smell good. No, she doesn't actually say that. I had to say that. You smell good. Sorry. We were talking about Justice League. I kind of had to say that. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe like there's a pause before then they finish and like passionately embrace and kiss.
I guess, does that make me second woman? Second, first woman god? What? Not really a god, but
We'll figure it out.
So, Rosie says, "What now? Like, can we go home?"
Yes, so, right, okay, there's a lot of things to make the boxes organized. Okay, anyone else who wishes to, you can touch the throne and ascend like me. I don't know if I'd recommend it or not. The worshippers are annoying already, but otherwise there's some perks. You can remain as you are, or if you want to, can remove the spark within you and let it find another, if you want to go back to a normal life. And any god who ascends can also do that.
I personally have thought about it a lot, and I think I want to try godhood. I think it'll be a welcome out from Cedric, because I don't think even a demigod can stop his wrath.
Think of all the knowledge you can gain.
That is true.
Do you know what domains you're gonna be? Rosie says.
I don't know. I was hoping something like more plant-like, but there's probably going to be some blood mixed in there. So, like maybe like chlorophyll and blood, and maybe some unintended consequences. But we'll see what the throne actually gives me.
Daertham will say, go ahead.
And if there's room, you could also maybe add God of Sucky Parents.
Oh man.
God of Orphans?
God of Orphans.
Oh no, I don't want to be. Well, that's going to be an interesting one. We'll see what the chair gives me.
And then Daertham will say, "Well, I am Daertham the Redeemed, God of empathy, redemption, and disease."
Do you like give disease or like pokes you with a stick that he always carries around?
I would be the one to pray to when you would want to save someone from disease, to avail yourself. I control it, and I am the patron of it, from what I can tell. Makes sense, I suppose.
Does anyone else think about ascending?
I want to.
Nathan will say, Pasha, what domain would you pick then? Or domains?
I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm going to get the domain of managers. I don't know why. It just in my soul, I feel it.
You know what? Just because I'm going to try to influence the throne. I don't think I can, but I'm going to attempt it.
And then I think Darren's going to turn to Tyrion. How about you, Tyrion? What have you thought of doing?
I'm on the fence. Either stay as a demigod and, well, live how I used to live, or at least go back to the Winter and see from there, or I become a god and pick my domains there. I'm on the fence. I'd rather pick last. I'm not sure yet.
Violetta turns to Rousseau. And you, dear? Have you thought about it?
I honestly tried not to think about it since we were told this was gonna happen.
You can remain as you are and just do nothing.
Or if you would rather just live, I can do that for you.
A word in private, Violetta?
Of course. If you would excuse us.
And they would actually then see Daertham closes his eyes, and in like the area open, on the side of the palace, a door would shimmer and appear. The room should be soundproof.
Take your time, Sarah says. Actually, Daertham, I was wondering if I could ask to have my own private tea room in the palace, she says.
And then there's a blink. Go ahead and look. Let me know if you like it.
Wow, you're fast. You're good at this god stuff. And she's gonna go and look. Anyway, meanwhile, yes, so Violetta and Rousseau, what happens?
Rousseau's gonna kind of just like lean up against the wall. I honestly need advice.
All right. Is there two at least that you're debating between? Two choices that you're debating between?
I'm kind of stuck between all three.
Really? So, you want me to tell you what I think you should pick? Or at least help you evaluate the choices?
I'd want you to evaluate and then give me your opinion when we're done.
Let's start with this. If you decide to give up all your powers, the obvious thing is you will have the most optimal amount of time with your family, with myself and Balin. Taking in consideration that I have my own responsibilities too, so it's not like I can 100% be there for the family all the time until Balin takes up the mantle of Guardian of Fire, and then when that happens, Balin won't be able to spend 100% of the time with the family either. But hopefully that's not going to be for a while. So, if you believe that it is the right call for you to invest the most living a normal life and you don't have to worry about the responsibilities as a quote-unquote hero of Thedas, and if you are willing to put in the faith that the next person who has the chakra powers isn't going to abuse it, I think that's how I see the mortal choice. For the full god choice, obviously it will give you the least amount of time to give to your family, but it's not like you can't see us whenever you want. It's not like we can't visit you whenever you want. You have control of an entire golden city, for that matter. I can imagine there must be amazing parties that we can probably throw every once in a while, and I definitely can tell you that this setup blows the Guardians' hideout out of the water. That's for sure. You will also be turned to a lot of the people to help them, depending on what your domain is. You can make a lot of impact. You can help people, bring a lot of positivity to this world, unlike no other person before you could have, and focus on the things that you think are important. And I think that Balin would look up to you for that. I think, as I said before, he would see that as a good role model for someone who takes upon such responsibility and uses it correctly, justly. And I think that if you remain the way you are, it's a happy medium between the two. You'll still spend a good amount of time with the family, and you still will be able to do a lot of good for the world. So, I don't know, did that help make your decision easier?
I'll be honest, it really didn't help much, but it does clarify. Russo will kind of move in and kind of grab Violeta's hands. How would you feel if I went all the way? Because it's gonna make problems for us.
It could probably be a challenge, but if you were to ask me, I am a mage, and I value my abilities and my powers, and I think that those powers and abilities have allowed me to do more than I would if I wasn't a mage. So, if I was speaking from my own personal experience, I believe the benefits greatly outweigh the disadvantages. But that's just me.
What about the long term with us? Because if I turn to a god, I'm gonna stop aging and you'll still be immortal.
And if, when I finally pass on to the Fade, I'll be with you in the Fade. I'm gonna be with you regardless. In the Golden Palace. One way or another. And I guess once I become a spirit in the Fade, you could probably make me as young or pretty as you'd like me to be, she says, kind of giving you a jab.
Well, considering I took the youth potion away, that was never my intention.
I know, it was a joke. And quite frankly, eventually when Balin passes on, he'll be here in the Fade with you as well, until it's time for him to be reborn again. But I feel like you could also invite him back once that happens. Perhaps, I suppose that must be really weird for them being reborn again and saying, "Oh, hello, I'm your father, and yeah, by the way, I'm a god. Here's the keys to your room up in the Golden City." So I don't really see the disadvantages of that.
And what about if we do have a child?
With you as a god, and that child becomes a demigod? Again, I'd like to believe that we would raise that child right and teach him or her to use their abilities for good. Because no mortal would be able to use those abilities quite like us. You asked for my opinion, and I think it's very clear which direction I'm biased towards. But this isn't about me, Russo. This is about what you want.
I know. It's just I've spent so much time trying to make a happy medium. It's kind of off-putting to be put in a place where I have to go one of three ways.
I mean, it's... Be glad, I guess, that the option is there and you're not being forced in one direction or another. You're being forced to make a decision, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not the most terrible thing in the world.
Russo will kind of lean his forehead in on Violetta's. You do make this much easier for me.
I try. That's what I'm here for. Again, if you could also mention that to Cedric, I would appreciate it, because he doesn't believe that at all.
That man listens to what he wants to, let's be honest.
Well, he worships the Maker, and I mean, if you do become the one who takes over the throne of the Maker, you might end up being his boss, sort of.
When I be like a new old god kind of deal, they were like separate from the Maker. It's a lot to process.
I don't know how this goes, but... So what do you think?
I think I have my mind made up knowing that you're going to be with me no matter what.
No matter what.
And Russo will lean in for a small kiss.
She'll return it.
And I'm going to roll a 1d2 and not say which one I'm going with till we get to the throne.
Yep, up to you. This is interesting.
Okay.
Yes, actually. So, after they go in and the door shuts, Daertham looks with the rest and goes, Right. And he turns to Pasha. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill anyone. I'll be right back. And then he's going to, I assume, disappear in a portal. Where is the Kunari Thetis War most currently? Where is the bloodiest battle right now? I want to go there.
I'm probably going to say they're going to hit the ravine where it hurts the most, so probably the vineyards, where they grow all the grapes for the wine. That'll really tick them off.
Okay, so I'll appear, and I assume I appear in this like massive airship to stealth battle. And then I'm just kind of look around. First off, is Balm or any of the Darkspawn here?
Oh yeah, they are in full force, like fighting.
Do they seem to be working with Thetis?
Yep.
So I'll kind of look around and see it smile. I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to try for the first time use my god powers. I am the goddess empathy.
Yes.
I want to make every single Kunari person feel the emotions of the people they are fighting and vice versa. I want them to feel exactly why they're fighting, what they're fighting for. I want them to feel the fear, the emotions, everything. I want these people to understand inherently each other and understand that they are the fucking same.
You're a god now, so roll what you normally would roll and add 10.
Okay, what would I normally roll? Is that a magic test?
Magic roll.
A magic
That would be a magic.
Spirit?
Roll perception, empathy. Roll an empathy roll.
Oh, right.
Perception,
yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Okay, so that's a plus 15, and do I still have my plus 4, so that's a plus 19,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna roll it here because it's simpler. Okay, 6 stun points with a 32.
So you invoke your godlike powers, and the war is raging, bombs are flowing, like things are on fire, women and children are screaming, and then with a whoosh, something comes over everybody, and I'm not going to say the battle just stops.
Yeah.
It comes to a screeching halt.
I'm not going everybody stop, but I'm going everybody to understand what you're doing.
It definitely has every person questioning a few things, hesitating, internal conflict. So things considerably slow down.
I'm mostly focusing my efforts on the Kunari. I want them to feel emotions. I want them to be able to understand the other perspective, because they're specifically against that. But I'm also ensuring that Thetis understands why they're fighting, so that way both sides. So empathy on both sides.
Whatever that you were attempting to do, you succeeded. You feel that you succeeded.
Good. And then next, I'm going to port again, and I'm being invisible right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to sense where Balm and the Cure is.
Sure. Yeah. He's right there at the vineyard, because that's where the bulk of the fight's happening.
Is the Cure? I teleport near them. Still invisible. Is the Cure around his neck?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going God of Disease. I'm going to touch the Cure, and I'm going to make that Cure a full cure.
Yes.
If I can. I don't think I can cure the Darkspawn period, but I want to make that a fully functioning cure, like what happened to me.
Roll a Taint Magic spell, which is not Taint Magic anymore. It's been converted. So roll what would have been your Taint Magic roll and add 10.
Okay, so that's... Wait, no, that's another 4. 42.
Yes. You believe that you will be able to transform that into the cure. The actual cure, yes.
I can't make it like, a decanter of endless water or shit, but I'm going to make that the cure, and then I'm going to whisper to Balm, and mental he'll hear it. Right, a lot has happened. We won. All that empathy shit, that was me. The cure around your neck is a full one. It works. Bring that to Andrea. She'll be able to replicate it. Make sure you don't lose it.
Balm takes a hold of your shoulder. Daertham, does this mean what I think you mean? Are you a god now?
Yeah. Empathy, redemption, and disease.
He gives you a pat on the back,
yeah, and for once he pats, but I barely feel it.
Yeah, he pats and you barely feel it. He takes a hold of both of your shoulders and says, Tell me one thing, Daertham.
Yeah.
Please tell me you can give me a magnificent mustache.
That's not in my domain, but...
Tell one of the other 4 I want a god of mustaches. Personal request.
That's not in my domains, but I'm gonna try. It probably is harder.
At least think of it as something in a suggestion box. Just a suggestion.
Right. So I'll try to snap and see if I can do something. I probably don't get the +10, but can I try something?
You can try. Go ahead.
What do I roll?
I mean, what do you think makes the most sense with whatever you're trying? I don't know if there's anything you can do which is going to help his mustache at all.
Creation?
Go ahead, try it. You're not going to get a +10.
19.
I'm gonna say that you try something and it makes his mustache a shade brighter, a shade bluer. So that's not bad.
It's a little bluer, and I think I made that natural. So you won't have to dye it.
I'll accept that for now.
All right. I'm gonna go back. There's a few demigods who are gonna ascend, so I need to help with that.
All right.
Hopefully that will stall the fighting for a bit.
Stall? Wow. I can't imagine what the rest of you 4 would do if you become... the other 4 do if they become gods.
Well, I mean, I don't want to take away their choices, so I'm just going to make them understand what they're doing.
Very well. See you soon, Daertham.
And keep that cure safe. And then I would kind of I'd say I just did 3 uses of god power, and it's like my first time. So I'm going to teleport back, and then you guys would see as I just flop on my back, right as Rousseau and Violetta step out, and just I have to get used to that. I'm peached.
Well, you look like Spence.
Darren rushes to you. Daertham, you didn't do anything stupid, right?
Maybe.
You probably
stopped
did
Kunari-
too much.
Maybe stopped the Kunari Thetis War, or at least stalled it a little bit.
How?
Made them all feel the empathy of each other and understand their thoughts and emotions to the core of their being.
Okay.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Daertham, when you get your energy, we need to if you can snap your fingers and get us a room, that'd be great. She says.
Yeah. Oh, and the Andreas Cure is a real one now.
Impressive. I'm sold. She says.
Oh, by the way, if someone could be God of Mustaches, that's Balm's request.
I don't know if anyone's gonna go to it up, but I mean,
Noted.
Tell Bomb to ascend himself.
he can't. I doubt he can.
I don't think that works, Nathan says. I'm not a mage, but I don't think that works that way.
Unless one of you decides to go back normal and the thing happens to find Balm, that'd be funny.
So yeah, you will enter into the palace, and it is a beautiful looking palace. And there in the center is the throne. So if anyone is going to touch it, you may do so.
Like maybe Daertham stands like at the foots, leaning on Darren because he's tired. Just. All right. Besides Pasha and Leon, what do you two want to do?
I have my mind made up, so I guess Tyrion's the last one that has to think about it.
I think I made my mind up.
Don't keep us in suspense.
I mean,
Passion Liana.
Tyrion approaches the throne.
Tyrion's approach the throne, and
You're
just
so?
you three?
I'll wait till everyone else goes.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess Leon goes first then?
sure.
Yeah. Leon goes first. Again, as soon as you touch it, the same thing washes over you. You feel home for some reason. This place feels like home. And you immediately see such beauty, not only in this area, but beauty within the world of Thetis. Even in the ugliest and darkest of places, you can still see beauty. But you also believe that now that you have touched this throne, that this beauty focus or this domain could be shed and replaced with other things, another domain or other domains, plural. Would you like to replace that with any other domains? Leon?
Is it okay to have research, blood, and secrets?
Yeah, I think so. God of Research, Blood, and Secrets. That sounds great. Do you have a title for yourself,
That sounds
Leon?
like Leon.
Man. Two of those things are pretty dark, so
Not Daertham. Leon. Leon the Crimson.
Maybe.
Could you... Pyrrhus pipes up. God of Bunnicide. God of Bunnicide.
Yes!
Oh man. Maybe the Learned? I don't know. We'll think.
You don't have to do it this moment. You can
Yeah.
decide later. I just need you to know by the next session, basically.
Cool. And then part of like my first act of godhood, I'm gonna secretly imbue Mr. Bunn with mind reading powers.
Yes!
Yes! In that moment,
Yes!
Mr. Bunn becomes sentient.
Yes!
Yes. I'm gonna
Leon?
pull up.
Hello, Leon. It's good to talk to you. He's doing this all telepathically. He's not opening his mouth.
I'm gonna
It's good to
pull
talk
out
to you at
Mr.
long last.
Bunn and Pyrrhus and say, well, Pyrrhus, I know it's been a long time since you've wanted to, have an honest conversation with Mr. Bunn, and now I'm powerful enough for Mr. Bunn to hold a decent conversation. I mean, he's been definitely keeping tabs on you this whole time. It's just, he needed a strong enough power to speak back.
Oh, I've waited for this moment, Mr. Bunn. I've waited a long time for me to talk to you face to face. so I could tell you how I really feel about you. Yes.
Oh, should I give you guys a room?
I was going to say, Leon, you know what, Mr. Bun? I have a lot of things I want to say and do to you. Over lunch, are you free next Friday? Friday? I guess? Yes?
Just cause randomly a bush appears, and it's right in front of Pasha.
Why did this happen?
And Daertham just smirks.
What day is today? Is today Friday? You tell me. Out of character, you tell me if it's Friday.
Let's
Yes.
do that, and I'll say, Sarah's has a very nice tea room. I'm sure she would love to be your mediator.
Tea? I would love some tea, Mr. Bun says. Tea is adequate. Take us to this tea room where we can finally go toe-to-toe with everything that I think needs to be laid bare.
All right.
And they will go off to wherever it is.
And as Leon kind of finishes up, and I kind of feeling his domains like go alongside mine. Oh. Be careful with those secrets and all that blood.
Well, now that I'm a better researcher, I can research how that'll affect someone. And like a floating booking quill starts writing down everything.
Pasha, you will go ahead and touch the throne again. A giant surge of power goes over you. And what is your domain that you will select?
Well, everyone's been going for 3, and I only prepared 1. So
You don't have to decide on the other 2 if you'd like. You can just.
I want to say tentatively, managers, resolve, lovers.
Oh.
She's always in those bushes.
One thing she is always in those bushes, and
That's fair.
Maybe with your help, there'll be more people in bushes. We will see.
And Daertham would actually, as soon as that's done, chuckle. Huh. That's actually a domain. Love
Thank
it.
you.
All of a sudden, one wing of the palace, you can hear music playing, and it's being basically going, "Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on." But sounds like your anthem, basically.
Yeah.
Tyrion, go ahead.
He touched the throne.
Same thing. Big giant surge. You feel as free as you have ever felt in your entire life. You feel so far away from being a slave. And if you want, totally up to you, your scars can disappear. If you want.
No, I'm gonna keep them.
Keep them,
It's a mark.
by all means.
God of perseverance, healers, freedom.
I love it. I love that.
And his name, Tyrion the Free.
I like it. Tyrion the Free. Did Pasha have a title for
What's
herself?
Pasha's title?
I don't know.
You can come up with one later.
Pasha of many bushes.
And-
I don't know.
And,
I don't
I-
know. I'll figure something out.
I'd imagine it's like not the stern, but something like Pasha
Resolute.
yeah,
Pasha the proud. I don't know.
something.
I think everybody else is going to look to see if Rousseau does anything.
Would it be fair to say that we all stood like up on the chair area of where the throne was?
Sure.
Russo's gonna very solemnly look back at the door, look at the chair, look down. Keep what you kill, right? And then he'll just sit in the throne.
No. Wow. I actually did not expect that.
Fuck yes.
Honestly, I did not expect that.
I thought you were gonna
What a
like get rid of
twist!
the powers entirely.
I totally thought, wow. You're okay with now, Tom. You're okay with this. You are okay with this.
I chat with Violet. I was like, he'll either stay demigod or take it. And then I rolled the 1d2, and then the 1 was to take it.
Nice.
That was a dope moment.
That was it. Wow. Okay. You sit on the chair, and again, immediately with all 5 of you choosing the throne, if it were possible, the entire palace just sparkles even brighter gold, and the actual reach of it actually extends even further, and the spirits who are all like defending the castle, basically, they start to not solidify into physical, like, corporeal form, but they actually take closer shape, and you can see different faces, many of which you don't recognize, but these seem to be like different spirits or souls that were in the fade, and there's just going to be a big applause. And they said, the rightful owners of the throne have finally come, and the throne itself splits from 1 to 5. Very Lion and the Witch in the Wardrobe. the Pevensey children.
But
so
Rousseau's throne is in the middle.
But Rousseau's throne is in the middle. Yes, Rousseau's throne.
What's your domain?
What is your domain, Rousseau? Have you thought about it?
So
Leadership
pretty
has
much.
to be in there.
Well, I was gonna go law, diplomacy, and destruction.
Ooh, nice. I love it. Cool.